social anxiety and shyness. So, this video is mainly for me to introduce myself to those people who have been referred to me. Hello, my name is Steve Tromans and my fields are Neuro Linguistic Programming, hypnotherapy, mindfulness, coaching, and whatever else I can think of that I've learned to help people get better. One of the most common issues I get to help people with is that of social anxiety. In its broadest sense, this could include any fear of social interaction, from nervousness at the idea of saying hello to someone new, to a full-blown panic attack at the idea of giving a speech at a wedding or being interviewed for a job. Although the fear of public speaking is perhaps the most common problem I've dealt with over the years, I'll talk about that in another video. The principles are very similar though. Now, whether you call it social anxiety or social phobia or even just shyness, as you know, it can be a very debilitating and limiting condition. So I've dealt with many hundreds, probably thousands of people with social anxiety over the last couple of decades, and often with really good results really quickly. After 20 years in Harley Street, my work became more and more international, so at the end of 2018 I switched to internet consultations. And actually I find these to be in general more effective. They're more comfortable and convenient for you, the client. What you can expect is a blend of very direct techniques from the fields of Neuro Linguistic Programming, NLP, and hypnotherapy that will be specifically tailored to your own style of thinking, the way you are inadvertently doing the social anxiety. The first session is 2 hours, and the first part of that is me talking with you to help me to determine the optimal ways of working with you. Because the work is so bespoke, it's quite a challenge to describe things in general. But really this is training the way that you think, so that when you think of social interaction, the way that you think is such that you become automatically more comfortable, optimistic, and even enthusiastic. Because, as I have said many times over the years, when you expect to feel confident, chances are that you will. But the reason you're watching this is through no fault of your own. You have learned to expect to be anxious in these situations. What I mean by this is you've learned to imagine in advance things going badly. You see yourself full of nervousness, often vividly, then your internal dialogue will be nervous or panicky, and lo and behold, you find yourself feeling scared in advance. I call this poor planning, though it isn't your fault. You see, the confident person expects to be confident. In other words, he or she, when faced with a similar situation, imagines being more comfortable, calmer, and more resourceful. And both of you will tend to get what you expect. So what I do is help to train you to think in a more similar way to that of a confident person. The way you imagine things, the way you talk to yourself, the way you feel. And I do this using hypnotherapy and mindfulness and NLP and other things. It depends what you respond to the most readily. It's all very direct and to the point. You weren't born with this issue. You learned it through your experiences, and you can unlearn it and learn some new ways to respond. We don't need to go over how all this came about for you. We just need to help you to think and feel better about it all. So feel free to get in touch, and then we can talk through in a little more detail exactly what I can help you with. Thank you very much.